Hi, this is NinaSki, and I am with Viagra Bob. My Viagra Bob is a 2015 Dodge Challenger. It's the 5.7 with the shaker on it. So I love, love, love my Viagra Bob. He puts a great big smile on my face. Anyway, I am going to do a mod today, and I will explain as I'm going why this mod is an important mod for a different mod that I want to do. So my warranty is almost up, so now I can start really playing with modifications of my car. So hold up and I'll be right back. Okay, cold start. Everyone loves those cold starts. Anyways, I am going to be putting a mod on my car, as I mentioned, and I want you to pay close attention to the temperature of my vehicle. Commonly, it is running about, I'd say halfway or so when it's warmed up. I just started it, so that doesn't count being on cold. Anyways, I'm going to back it up, pull it forward, and try not to heat up my motor. Okay, here's my shaker. It's pretty awesome. I have a surprise, and my surprise is going to be a new thermostat. I'm going to change, and actually this one is Jet Performance Products. It costs about $40. Yes, you can get less expensive ones, but this is a high performance for nothing better for my Viagra Bob. So I will show you how to change the thermostat. I've seen some guys do it without draining their radiator fluid, and others that leave it in. So as I go, you'll find out how I elect to do it. Now, like I said, this is probably one of the very first mods that anybody with any Dodge should have. They come with like a 205, 200 range thermostat, which runs your car hotter, which gives you better gas mileage. So I will lose a little bit of my gas mileage by putting in a lower thermostat at 180, but it will elongate the life of my car. So you got to give to get. The second reason I'm putting this guy in is because I got the Diablo tuner, and with that Diablo tuner, that's going to give me even more horsepower on my 5.7. Okay, as I was saying, today's mod is going to be changing my thermostat. I can give a little plug to Jet Performance Parts. I purchased this at Summit Raceway, part number 10183. Again, Jet Performance Parts. I love it. Here's my new thermostat, and I wanted to show you, this is like a race car trick, is if you look way down inside, I'll try to point to it, right there is a little tiny tit. My husband's going to go ahead and cut that baby off, and what that's going to do is allow, see that little wiggly? Anyway, we're going to cut that off, and that will give us a little bit more release pressure. I'll explain more as I go. Okay, here's starting at my radiator fluid. We checked it. It's still pretty full. I think we're going to try it without emptying the fluids. So we just pulled off the cap there. Over here, you will see that there's only 2 bolts right there, and it's a number 13 socket that I'll be using in order to just take that off. So right here, once again, use my little pointer. Just 1 bolt here and 1 bolt on the other side. Pull that baby off and change it so that it could get more performance. Now, just in case you don't know what a Diablo Tune is, it's a performance programmer for Chrysler products, and there's a lot of advantages. I mean, my car already gives me a whole bunch with my sport settings and racing and all that stuff, but if you check this out, you know, you've got adding to your powerful performance. You know, it's an easy tune. It will make my car a little hotter. That's why I'm going down on the thermostat. is because I want it to run cooler. And if you notice, I think I showed before too how I took the little eyeballs out of the front right here of my shaker, and this one here, and it's because it's got the induction system where the cowling and everything all goes straight into the shaker. Oh, look at that. Already I've got an open hole. I will show you. Let me put it in my cup holder. Did you know these are cup holders underneath your hood? They are. As I showed you before, there was a little doohickey that was right there. It wiggled, and we took it out so that we can have a little bit more relief on this product. So you can see right there, you can see the red behind that little hole. That's what we removed. It's a little racer trick, so heads up. Okay, I hate to get all girly or anything, but I had to put something down to protect my paint for under the hood, so I'm being a girly about that. Again, we only need a socket, and it's a number 14. I can't even see it. I'm looking. I think it's a number 16. Okay, it is a number 16.
No, it's not, Nina. It's a 13.
Okay,
right there.
It's a number 13. I was looking at the wrong number. Anyway, that's the only one that we're going to need. Oh, and instead of my husband filming, he's going to do it because he thinks I'm a girl today.
You remove the 2 bolts. It's supposed to leak a little bit of antifreeze.
We put a rag down here to catch any antifreeze that might cause spillage. And I'm timing him. This is one of the quicker mods, and you know, $40 for a new thermostat. And if
they normally cost $16.
Yeah, normal $16, but I'm going with the high performance one because we're high performance people.
We're gonna see how much this really leaks.
We've never done it this way.
Ever.
Yeah, you know, instead of emptying out that antifreeze.
I've seen guys do it on YouTube, so let's see what happens.
Okay, we're gonna be one of those guys. And we're just using the screwdriver to get a wedge in there so that we are able to pull it off. And as you can see, it started to get some pink antifreeze in there. Oh, it's peeing.
That's a lot.
A lot. Okay, we got a little bit messy there, and there are a couple of damn it, in case you didn't hear that. It didn't leak too bad. Yeah, it was a flush of antifreeze, but it's not like it was gallons or just kept going. The one doohickey that he took out of the 180 thermostat, it was peeing out of there. It was really kind of cute, to tell you the truth. Okay, as you know, I changed my thermostat. I went to a 180 thermostat by the Jet Performance Parts, purchased at Summit Racing Equipment in Sparks, Nevada. Anyway, here's the baby I took out, or my husband took out. He couldn't wait, and he didn't want to film, apparently. But this one here is a 203 thermostat that comes stock with my shaker. So we lost a little bit of the antifreeze when we unplugged it. Capped it off really quick by stuffing this into the hole. The new one, of course, into the hole. And then we were able to put the other bracketry on with the 2 bolts using a number 13 socket. Okay, I'm excited. Okay, a lot more of the radiator fluid came out when we unbolted and pulled this bracketry off. It pretty much douched the ground. It went kind of all over the place. A lot more spillage than they show on YouTube with anybody else doing this. So lesson learned, no big deal. We were able to wash it all down and clean it up and dry off the whole inside because it kind of squirted everywhere. Then we went ahead and topped off the fluids just with some water. That's all that we need right now. I will show you what it sounds like. I don't think it's going to change the sound difference, but it will as far as the temperatures. Okay, I'm just going to start Viagra Bob to see if there's any leaks underneath. Sounds so good. It's going to have, this is obviously a cold temperature until I decide to go take it for a ride. Like I said, right now we are just checking to make certain that there's no leaks. I love the sound of this guy. Phenomenal. You want to keep your wife happy? Go get her a HEMI.
Go take it for a ride around the block.
Okay, it was Flowmaster American Thunder. I just had to correct that. I had to mix all, you know, the catback kit. And with my car running, you can see there are no leaks. So I think, is that my shaker making that noise?
No.
Is that yeah, it's not the HEMI tech. I used to have a pretty good HEMI tech and don't have no problems with that. Yeah, if you're very observant, you'll see there's a missing part in here, which I will address in another video. That was another mod that I did. So I'll address that in another video. Okay, I'm going to take my car for a little ride. As you can see, the temperature has moved up just a tit above that bottom cold line, and I don't expect it's going to go up much further, maybe a quarter of the way. I'm only going to drive down the street and back at 66 degrees here, and it's awesome. That's all I can say there. So while I am waiting, I might as well check that air intake. Everybody's concerned about that. So it's 66 outside and intake is at 78 degrees. And again, you can see my gauge has gone up a little bit more. Now I'm going to go over here to my apps, and I don't mean to bore any of you guys, but performance control, I like to do all this stuff. Driver mode setup, and then the sport setup. It's at the sport mode on both the steering and the traction control, and the engine I'm just going to put it normal until I change that oil.
There's your temp right now.
Okay, on here it is I'm being distracted, sorry. Okay, I'm bringing up my pages, and of course I've gone through this a whole bunch of times, so you can do it on yours. I like the engine settings so I can see all of the different information that it offers. This is almost a must, just to push that sports button and get that traction control off.
Get that gauge back up. One thing that I found out using changing a thermostat, a lot of guys say that the cooling fans don't come on at the right time. I believe the Diablo Tune can address that. I don't know. Right now we're at 140 on a 180 thermostat. We'll just have to see when the cooling fans come on.
Okay, so let's take her for a drive and see what happens. Full day in paradise. I'm going to take Viagra Bob for a ride around the block. My intake air temp is high as usual. I don't have it on that gauge right now. I'm kind of waiting for, all of a sudden I've got a massive amount of people passing my driveway under this stay at home thing. Whatever. Anyways, I'm going to take her for a drive around the block, see how high I can get that temperature going, and if it actually kicks on the fans at, ouch, at 180. Kind of hard to drive and do all this fancy stuff. Is showing me my air pressure. I must have hit the button. Okay, let me change that. Performance. Kills me when I see that performance at 116. That's not kilometers either. It's pretty fun. Okay, vehicle info. Must be on this guy. Okay, coolant temp is at 156. We'll see, you know, with having a cooler thermostat, I should lose a little bit of the gas mileage on my car, but it is going to make my car live a little bit longer, and every day in this car is a...
try again.
Even my videotape thinks I need to, or my car computer thinks I need to try again. Anyways, I say anyways a lot. I say okay a lot. I'm new to this. I'm typically do a TV show and I do all that live to tape, so it's kind of...
To make a phone call, say dial, then the phone number, or say call, then the full name and phone type of the person you want to call.
This kills me. I'm not trying to call anybody. Ouch. Okay, this is kind of hard.
Sorry, I missed that.
Go backwards, lady. Get off of that.
Canceled.
Thank you. Okay, this is a whole piece of my stuff that I don't need to have in my video for you guys. Again, I go back to my performance pages. I don't know how that changed either. You know, right now it's my car's just doing what it wants to do. Trying to hold the camera so that you can watch my temperature gauge as I'm driving. And maybe a little bit of that. Can't take my eyes off the road in the neighborhood. 25-mile-an-hour zone. Don't want to get into trouble. Okay, we're at 165 right now, and my gauge is almost to the halfway mark on my temperature gauge. And that's okay because maybe I could do my oil change today. Wouldn't that be awesome? I talk about it enough. So, stick with me here and let's see how much performance I can get out of it with the Diablo tuner. Not like this car needs any additional horsepower, but when you can gain 20, 30, 40 horsepower and have the same vehicle without putting a lot of money in it, I think it's great. And if your wife's happy, you're happy. Just saying. Okay, I just took a short drive down to 7-Eleven, so kind of like around the block. Doesn't take much time to get there. I'm already at 174 for my thermostat. My coolant temp is warmed up really quickly. It's right about underneath the halfway mark on my gauges. And I'm trying to do too many things at one time in this technologically advanced world, and I'm just trying and trying. But irrelevantly, hopefully my car's warmed up enough to where I could do an oil change in addition to the thermostat. That was pretty easy to fix. One tool, 2 minutes. Didn't take very long. The mess was more time to clean up than it took to change the part. But I just wanted to give a heads up that it is not a thoroughly clean job to change your thermostat. We have never done it without draining the radiator fluid. So there's a first for everything, and I just let you know that I did have to clean up the fluids underneath that squirted everywhere, and that's okay. A little bit of water and a rag, not a big deal. But I didn't want to fake it out and say, oh, it's just a tits up good job. It's not messy and it's not nothing. Anyway, for a $40 mod, I'm going to get a Diablo Tune out of this. And that's going to enhance my Viagra Bob just that much more. You can see my coolant temp is at 186, so hopefully those fans have turned on. And I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm trying not to speed in the neighborhood. But again, it's kind of hard. It feels so good. What can I say? And I guess everybody can hear me too, so I forget about that part. You know, is that, see what my gauge is over here doing. My favorite setting, I love it. Ugh. The things a car does to a woman is phenomenal. And, you know, I've got friends that say, you're still happy? You're still that happy? Yeah, I'm like way happy. I'm having a great time. And I'm not sorry a bit that this was my choice of my daily driver. Okay, I'm back at home, just a few minute drive, and my coolant temp is up to 192. My gauge is about the halfway mark, and my shoes are sandals today.